Hello everyone, welcome to Sydney FC versus Auckland live watch along. I'm really intrigued for this match. Auckland coming off the back of a 2-0 victory at home in their inaugural match against Brisbane Roar. Well, for Sydney FC, they did pick up a win in the Sydney Derby 2-1 against rivals Western Sydney Wanderers. So shapes up to be a really interesting match. Cannot wait for this game. Sunday, 2 o'clock fixture. And looks like a really, really nice crowd building at Go Media Stadium as well. So, yeah, really keen for this one. Let me know your score predictions in the comments below. Feel free to send me any questions you have regarding the A-League as we go. So, let's get into the two lineups for today. Starting off with Auckland, Paulson, Sakai, Hall, De Vries. These players all had incredible impacts on last weekend's match. Really interested to see how Auckland go today. Another really strong home crowd brewing there at Go Media Stadium. So it's going to be tough for the visitors, Sydney FC, to go there and pick up, all 3 points. But I do think that Sydney's attack is relentless. And, no Douglas Costa today as well for Sydney. So as we get into their side now, Sydney FC's lineup. So Andrew Redmayne, Alexander Popovich, Matthews, Courtney Perkins, Ryan Grant, Leo Senna, Anthony Caceres, Anas Waheem, Holman, Lolly, and Kilmarwa. I think Lolly will have a huge impact on this match as well. Got a goal last week in the Sydney Derby, so really keen to see how he goes today in his third year as a Sky Blue. Really keen for this match, which gets underway in 7 minutes. But before we get there, let's go through the games that we've had so far in round two, because we've had some really, really nice matches. So let's get into this weekend's highlights before we get to Sunday's clash.
Fires in the low cross, 1-0 MacArthur. Lovely finish by Marin Jakalic again, who now has 3 for the season, which equals his entire seasonal tally with Melbourne City. It's Eli Adams. It's a great goal for the equaliser for the Newcastle Jets. Looking for the quick release too, and it's a handy one for Ben Gibson. He's not got a lot of support. It's arriving now. Eli Adams, full of confidence, going to go again. Oh, it's a wonderful strike. 2 goals in.
Stabs it back post, Clough, and it's Kaltak at the last moment. Jovanovic, and it's across the line. It eventually gets there. Edmondson and Delinov only as far.
What I say.
As Ngor, who has equalised.
Too much about that, but Nishan Baloo plays away and opens the scoring. Quickly got back alongside him, but Piscopo still goes on. And here's a chance, Vagos, 2-0. Patrick Beach has to hurry. It's got in. Everything going Melbourne victory's way. Now they do have a third goal, and it's Ryan Tees.
Hideki Ishige drifts it towards Wootton. Wellington do take the lead. And it is just a third A-League. To shout and drive. He takes the meters on offer as the Glory defence backtracks. Now Nagasawa, a late run, and 2 for the Phoenix.
Unbelievable. The Melbourne Derby especially. Victory running out 3-1 winners in that one against the Melbourne City side who did not just show up. They were pretty bad in this game. Patrick Beach, who was obviously the hero against the Jets last week, really, really made a few mistakes in this game. A young keeper who I'm sure will get better over time. But look, that's huge for the victory. They're obviously had a draw in round 1 against Central Coast Mariners. So, they were at Amy Park last night. A really, really good crowd. Great support from the Victory fans, as per usual. And a really impressive first half got them there in the end. A bit shaky in the second half. They got the job done, however. So that's all that matters for the victory. Adelaide 1-1 against Central Coast Mariners. I think Adelaide definitely did not not show positive signs. I think they were good in the first half. The Mariners sort of dominated the second half and got more control into the game. But for Adelaide, I think it's really frustrating signs for the Reds. That second half, they did not have that sort of attacking dominance as they had in the first half. So worrying signs, I think, for Carl Viet's side. Stephen Walk also going off early into the second half with an injury. But before we get into that, let's get into my predictions that I predicted for this round. So it all started on Friday night. Macarthur Newcastle went for a 2-2 draw. Being a Jets fan, I'm quite disappointed about that. But yesterday I actually got all games predicted correctly. So 1-1, as we just spoke about, Adelaide and Mariners. Victory 3-1 against City, and the late game Perth. Again, another loss for them. Not as bad as last week, but a disappointing showing for them as they went down 2-0 to Wellington Phoenix. But to today's game, it's going to be a huge game for both sides. I've gone for a 1-1 draw, as shown in my predictions right here. So as both teams make their way onto the pitch now, no Douglas Costa. But let's just go over those lineups again, especially for Sydney FC. So no Douglas Costa, still a lot of quality for the Sky Blues in this game, and a really tricky game away in Auckland as well. So interested to see how they go. Crowd is looking really, really strong. Again, Auckland have done a lot of promoting for this game, so it's good to see that the crowd is there again in attendance, showing up, and hoping for obviously a win for Auckland. Let's get the scoreboard up now. Feel free to send in any questions you have, whether it's the latest A-League football and action we've had, whether it's from round one, anything you guys want to talk about. Throw them in the chat and I'll try and get to them as best as I can. But all eyes on this match today. And then following this one, we've got Western Sydney Wanderers and Western United. So really keen for that one as well. Western did really well to pick up a point away from home last week too. So they're back at home against a Western Sydney Wanderers side who, didn't please their fans after that derby loss. But I think I do have the Wanderers bouncing back. So that game kicks off at 4:00 at the conclusion of this one. So let's get into this game as both teams start to have their final talk before kick-off. Sydney's bench really strong as well. We mentioned no Douglas Costa, but you've got players like Jaden Kucharski, Adrian Segacic, who could come on and impact this game. So I do think the Sky Blues have just got too much in attack, but away from home, they may struggle. So I've got a 1-1 draw for this game. And don't forget, guys, tonight, make sure to go check out Coast Watch Football. He's doing a round 2 recap out of all this weekend's action. It's always good to round the weekend out with Coast Watch Football. So make sure you tune into that, 8:00 Australian Eastern Daylight Time tonight. He'll take you through all the action from this round. So, make sure you tune in. Steve Corica, as we see on screen now, very good record as a coach. Interested to see what happens today. There's been a bit of talk during the week about, the rivalry after the way he left Sydney FC and now he's at Auckland. So as the ref gives his final talk before kickoff in this one, feel free to send any questions you have in the comments below as we edge closer to kickoff. A really, really strong crowd. A really strong crowd for Auckland. It's good. It's what the league needs. So, it shapes up to be a really, really good game. Sky Blues will get us underway in this one. It's Anthony Caceres. Few laughs pre-match. Beautiful day in Auckland. As the ref kicks us off here in Auckland, Sydney FC looking to make it 2 from 2. 2 from 2 to start the season, but it's a tricky game, very, very tricky. So we'll see what happens. in this one. There's Auckland, a quick throw in. Maid's in behind. Interested to see how Sydney set up today as well. Obviously no Douglas Costa, as Kamala tries to keep that one in, just goes out there. But yeah, very interested to see how Sydney set up without Douglas Costa. Obviously Kilmala, Lolly, maybe Caceres will push on and be like that attacking midfielder, or maybe it's Anas Wahim, who's been really, really good. Leo Senna as well, the other Brazilian. I thought he's been great to start the season as well. So we've got a bunch of Brazilians in there who are really showing good signs for Ufi Tale's men. So as Catalina's in the chat, Sydney forever. Interested to see where you're watching this one from. Obviously, Sydney FC fan. Very interested to see how the Sky Blues, if they can win this game, I mean, they've got to be a title contenders already, because this is a tricky place to go for them. That home crowd last week at Auckland would have really rattled Brisbane Roar, and it got them over the line at the end. So, yeah, really interested to see what happens in this game early on. Courtney Perkins. Alexander Popovich as well, a player who hasn't really been talked about that much, but he does start and he does partner Hayden Matthews in defence. So it's a young centre-back partnership for Sydney FC, but, you know, they've both had a lot of experience, especially Matthews. He sort of worked his way into the team these last couple of seasons. So, you know, Anas Wahim. Anas Wahim gets it back off Caceres. The cutback finds Holman. Back heel, Caceres outside of the foot. It was all offside after all that offside. But positive signs for the Sky Blues that Caceres and Wahim link up, causing trouble for Auckland early on. So positive signs. As we look at it again on the replay, yeah, just offside. The 1-2, just offside in the end there. But positive signs for the Sky Blues. Like, I think one thing that Auckland did really well last week is they started really fast. So for the Sky Blues to start fast today and, you know, sort of rattle Auckland a little bit as well. Alex Paulson, straight over the sideline. You want to forget that one quickly, Paulson. The Sydney FC reset. Free Perkins. Both teams just finding their feet in this game early on. It's only early stages. Yeah. It's good to see Auckland's active support as well. It's looking very good. Very, very pleasing signs. Not just for Auckland, but for the A-League overall to have, you know, their support. You know, it's absolutely bouncing. So many people behind that goal for Auckland. So, you know, that's got to give them a boost moving forward, because I know they've worked really hard to, you know, make sure fans are getting to the game. And I don't know if you saw that pre-match lineup of fans into at the pub earlier on. So they're building something really special. And if they can get another win today, I mean, that's really, really a big boost for them and for their fans. The best YouTuber says, "Are you doing the content creators match this year? I saw a game was on last year." Yeah, we are doing it again this year. Yeah, we did it last year at Ultra Football. Plenty of creators were involved, but we're looking to make it a bit better this year. And especially with, you know, we've got a Sydney derby and an F3 derby in Unite round this year. So plenty of derbies. Hopefully more fans can get out to the game. But yeah, so there's more information to come on that. Keep an eye out on the socials, but yeah, we will be going ahead with it this year, and yeah, well, we hope to see heaps of people there as well this year. Yeah, meeting all the creators. But yeah, Unite round, couple of weeks time. As well, we've got Allianz Stadium as Auckland get a corner. Auckland get a corner on the break. A great tackle by Alexander Popovic. But yeah, really looking forward to Unite round this year. I think they've done a lot of work to schedule derbies in this year, and there's a good all round list of fixtures this year. So yeah, looking forward to that. There's Auckland this corner. De Vries to swing it in with the left footer, and Andrew Redmayne takes comfortably. Andrew Redmayne rocking the sort of yellowy green kit, goalkeeper kit. And that's a foul, surely. Yeah. It's a foul on Leo Senna. For Sydney FC fans in here, interested to see and get your thoughts on how you think the team will shape up without Costa today, because obviously that midweek game, they went down 2-1, but I thought they had really positive signs. They showed a lot of grit as well, because that they were up against really tough opposition. So obviously with the long flight now to Auckland as well. Maradona 10 in the chat asked, what score do you predict today? I'm going 1-1, but I think Sydney FC's attack is really, really dangerous. So if Auckland can hold their attack off, I think for Auckland, like even a point in this game, as they hit on the break now, they get a throw in, pouncing on a Sydney FC mistake. Yeah, I'm going 1-1 today. It'll be a huge, huge confidence boost for Auckland if they can get a point against a team who is heavy title contenders this season. They've shown in pre-season in their AFC Cup matches and also in round one that, you know, they are capable. They've got the players and their depth all round as well. No Max Burgess as well for Sydney FC today. So he obviously come on last week as well. Rafe says Auckland 2, Sydney 1. Yeah, fair shout. I mean, I do see goals in this one. I don't see a 0-0 draw or a 1-0. I think both teams are too good in attack to let that happen. But you never know. Both defenses could get on top of their game and not let anything past them. So yeah, I mean, that'd be massive for Auckland, wouldn't it? 2-1 at home to Sydney FC, and that's why I was so excited to cover this match, because I know, you know, it's going to be a close one. This game. Auckland now clear it over halfway. Maradona 10 says you should have had a bet on your score predictions this week. Yeah. Well, let's touch on that. Let's touch on that quickly. For those who weren't here early in the stream, we discussed my predictions for this round that I released on my Instagram early in the week. As Sydney now attack. The shot is blocked by Sakai. Failed to head away by Auckland as Sydney FC are dominating this field position. Lolly inside to Holman. Leo Senna. Back through the middle, Caceres turns. Runs his way into traffic. Auckland still struggling to clear this. Now they got it away. And Sydney, bit scrappy. And Anas Wahim wins a free kick outside the box. Auckland just struggling to clear it at the moment. You should have had a better score. Yeah. Well, if you're looking at this now, yesterday we had a triple header of A-League men action, and I was able to predict all three correctly. So if you don't believe me, check my Instagram. It was posted Thursday afternoon. So yeah, something I don't think I'll do again. But yeah, really, really happy with that as well. So definitely should have had. I'm in a tipping comp as well for Newcastle Jets fans. So I think I'm doing pretty well in that, considering I predicted all three yesterday. Rave says, is the stadium full? It's not as big as last week, but I don't want to, get rid of the excitement because it is still full. As Lolly from the free kick. Oh, saved by Paulson. A really good strike there from Joe Lolly. The stands, there's not many seats left at all. In terms of the hill and the active support, not many seats at all, actually. Not many seats at all. It's good to have back-to-back home games for Auckland. They've now, got really get behind these, get the fans involved into it as well. There's an injury here to Holman in the middle of the park. But yeah, no, really good for the league as well to see two back-to-back, nearly pretty much sold out home games for Auckland. And like I mentioned earlier, that active support is absolutely loving it. They've been promoting stuff on their socials all week. So it's good to see that sort of stuff in the league now, with Auckland joining. Yellow and Navy Football Podcast says hello. Hey mate, thank you for joining in. Obviously a Mariners fan. Make sure to go check him out for some really, really cool A-League content. He's doing a lot of really good things. So hello and welcome to this watch-along. As Auckland, with a free kick just over halfway, comes in to the back stick, Redmayne claims again. Maradona 10 asks, great win by your Jets on Friday. Hope they can keep it going. Yeah, for sure. We don't really see that too much from Jets teams over the past couple of years, obviously going behind early in the game. And they seem to fail to come back into the game. But, with those new signings, Eli Adams, wow, incredible. But not just him. I thought Wellersole showed promising signs, but Begginson as well. 2 assists to his name. He had a hand to play in both of Eli Adams' goal. But yeah, let's hope the Jets can continue that momentum because, it's huge. I don't think anyone expected it. I know a lot of people were predicting MacArthur to win, especially following their round 1 performance. So, yeah, great for the Jets. And, hopefully they can keep it going as well. That'd be great. They've got a few tricky games on the road, but, it's all about consistency in this competition. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Make sure to keep sending questions in if you can. Happy to discuss anything A-League related. So make sure to send it in and, I'll get to it as best as I can. As Leo Senna brought down again. It's been chopped down a lot in this game already, Leo Senna. But, yeah. So pretty even so far. Joe Lolly's free kick was going close, but saved by Alex Paulson. Apart from that, Sydney have shown glimpses. Auckland as well have hurt on the break. But it's pretty even so far. Both teams getting the rhythm into this game. Oh, Leo Senna. That is brilliant. Brilliant switch of play out wide to Lolly. We know he loves to cut in. Tries to get on his right-footed cross. Headed away. Back out to Lolly, who passes it to nobody. And Auckland look to break. Get out in there. They struggle to get out of their own half. And that's a shirt grab on Joe Lolly. That should be a card. Lolly is fuming with that one. And it doesn't look like a yellow card's been awarded, but clearly Lolly goes to play the 1-2 and gets his shirt held back. So a free kick out wide here for Sydney FC. Just going back to your question, Rave. Is the stadium full? It is. It's looking very good. It's very good for the league. You can even hear the Auckland fans chanting a lot on the commentary and the live stream as well. So hopefully Auckland, for Auckland's sake, can get over the line. But let's follow this free kick because it's in a very dangerous position here. Will it be Anas Wahim? No, left foot of Joe Lolly. Headed away quite comfortably. Lolly back into the mix. Senna passes it to nobody. Straight out to Steve Corica. Coast Watch Football's in here. Thank you very much for joining, Lockie. If you haven't, I don't think many people don't know of him, but if you don't know of Coast Watch Football, he does A-League content, Australian content, nearly everything you could possibly ask for. And he covers it all. So, Lockie says, bright start for Sydney. Anas, Waheem, and Lolly looking good. Yeah, they're going to be dangerous. I think we know what Joe Lolly can produce, but it's good to have Anas Waheem in there as well because he just offers that different sort of creativity in there with Leo Senna. So it's a different look midfield this year for Sydney. No Luke Bratton. But yeah, positive signs from Sydney's attacking players early on. As Caceres finds himself in a bit of space. And is he dragged down? No foul. No fouls. Auckland look to break again. This is what they did so well last week. That long ball, will it find? Ryan Grant does well. Very well there. Yellow and Navy Football Podcast asks, who do you think will win the Kiwi Derby next week? I think a lot of it depends on this result, but I think Wellington at home, like last week, they obviously went down 1-1, which would not have pleased their fans, but they got back on track last night, and I think that was important for them ahead of next week's Derby to get that win under their belt against a Perth Glory side who we know are struggling. We know they're struggling, but at HBF Park, we know that anything can happen. So it was a really important win for Wellington. And in terms of your question, Yellow and Navy, I think I'm going to say Wellington just because of the home ground advantage. But I'm going to go 2-1 Wellington. But it can change. I think if Auckland put in a positive showing today, they're going to get some, from what I've heard, some travelling fans as well to Wellington, sorry. But really keen to watch the first Kiwi derby of the season. Both teams have had a positive start. No matter if Auckland lose this game or not. I mean, that first round, 2-0 against Brisbane Roar was incredible. So the fans will stick by them, and I'm sure plenty of them are keen for the Kiwi derby. As Kamala, Lolly wants it out wide. Sakai overlapping, as he does so well, he doesn't get it. And that's a challenge by Courtney Perkins. I don't think he was too happy with that one. And we're just approaching the 20th minute in this game. And like he said, Coast Watch, Sydney have showed positive signs. Auckland have, showed some signs on the break, but I think overall Sydney have started the better and had more clear-cut chances than Auckland have. As Auckland play long again, out to this left wing. So 1-on-1 with Ryan Grant. Oh, Ryan Grant goes down. Play on here. And cleared away for a corner. So, going back to your question, Lockie, bright start for Sydney. I think Auckland are just starting to work their way into this game. And they've used that left flank a lot. So, Ryan Grant has been caught out on a couple of occasions now. As Auckland win themselves a corner. Pretty silly defending there from Ryan Grant. He easily just goes to the ground, but recovers well, and it's out for a corner. As De Vries will swing this one in front of a strong Auckland crowd. They do go to the back stick, and it's not cleared yet. Sakai finally cleared by Sydney FC away from danger, but the ball will come back in from De Vries. Hayden Matthews is there. Ooh. And Sydney FC can break here. Sydney FC can break. Leo Senna. Got a couple of options. Senna, will he go for the strike? He will. It's placed. Oh! Alex Paulson was stretching across to his left side. Just flies past that post. But a really good break. Really good counter-attack for Sydney FC there. And they almost opened the scoring. So... oh, just past that post. Really close there from Leo Senna. Not much in that at all. Alex Paulson was stretching across to his left side. Just to reiterate, guys, make sure you tune in tonight to Coast Watch Football as he does his A-League recap, round 2. Really keen to dive into all the action. He will give his output on each and every game. So make sure you check that out at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time tonight. Another round. We've got one more game to go this afternoon, but it's been a really entertaining round so far. We've had a Melbourne derby and the Jets upset on Friday night, which obviously pleases me, if you can see, obviously being a Jets fan. But, yeah, 2 rounds in and, yeah, really, really good start. And we've still got, it's Auckland now. If he's onside, Auckland are away. Can Courtney Perkins track back? Or it's saved by Redmayne. Now May, on the edge of the box, goes to kill it. It's blocked. Very interesting. Both teams have sort of had their chances now, so it's worked back out wide. Cross comes in. Ryan Grant heads away, followed by Lowy. Oh, the volley. Good on him for trying it, but flashes well past Andrew Redmayne. But some positive signs there for Auckland. We'll admit. They have, worked their way into this contest despite pretty slow start. They struggled to get out of their own half, but they've got in behind Ryan Grant a couple of times and have looked promising. So see what comes of that. Let's just go through again the lineups at the bottom of the screen here for both sides. It's Auckland now. Sydney are struggling to get out of their own half. In Auckland, a chip in behind. May, can he finish? Oh, it's blocked by Courtney Perkins. May picks it up again. He's going for the curler, and it's just over the top of Andrew Redmayne. But this is really good from Auckland. Really good. And Redmayne is furious with his defence, urging them to get up quicker and not allow that shot. But it's really, really... As we see again, that ball in behind. If it wasn't for that Courtney Perkins block, I think that had Andrew Redmayne beaten. The second attempt is well over the bar. As Sydney play out now. What are you watching the game on Paramount? Yep. Only place to watch it, obviously. Saturday is where you can find the matches on free to air. The 5 o'clock and the 7:30 game. As Thomas enters the chat, thank you for joining, Thomas. You should stream the game 101%. I think that'd be quite tricky, but just got it on here above me on Paramount Plus. Getting back to your question, Maradona 10, but yeah. Obviously, Jason Pine as well on commentary for Auckland. De Vries with the throw-in. Joe Lolly keeps it in and earns his team a throw. Oh, no, it's gone the other way. Lolly is not happy with that decision. As Auckland just heading down into Sydney FC's territory. Oh, that's well played. Is that centre again? It is Leo Centre. He's incredible. Some of the skills he has in that midfield is incredible. He's earned his team a foul, got them out of pressure, and does look to be down injured. So hopefully he can get back to his feet, but he's an incredible player so far. And we've only seen short glimpses of him as well. And that's what I like, that, some foreigners take time to work their way into the league. You might not see goals or assists or, really good games from them until maybe round 5 onwards. But, we've seen now Wahim and Senna perform really well in the ACL Elite and also the A-League as well. Andrew Redmayne chips it out to Ryan Grant, bets out. So Auckland's pressure is paying off as Sydney are struggling so far. And Ufi Tale is not happy with Andrew Redmayne after that kick. So Auckland reset. Guys, let me know your predictions for the next game as well. We have Western Sydney Wanderers against Western United. One matter, will he start or will he start from the bench? That's the question. For Western Sydney fans, if there's any in here, let me know your thoughts as well. As Sydney caught in possession, and it's a one-on-one, May and Redmayne. Oh, another crucial block, but the offside flag goes up. But Auckland are getting in behind a fair bit. Although it was offside, they are getting in behind Hayden Matthews and Alexander Popovich quite easily. And yeah, obviously offside there. But still, good block from Matthews, despite that. But yeah, will Waimata start for Western Sydney Wanderers this afternoon? That is the question. And who do you think's winning this game? I mean, Western, very good to pick up a point away in Wellington. Like that's a tricky place to go. And although it took them late to get their goal, they got the point and they're at home as well. So, do you guys see Western as a team that can upset the Wanderers this afternoon? Or do you see Western Sydney getting their first win of the season? As Auckland may, again, the ref has not deemed that to be a foul. As Leo Senna brings him back up, and Sydney can get the ball inside their half and work their way up the field. Sydney really struggling to play out. Have got a couple of fouls that have gone in their way, but overall, Auckland's press is paying off. Sydney now just holding the ball, looking for that run, and they'll get it through Courtney Perkins. If you can get across, Kamala's in the box. Cross is not a bad one, just too big. Lolly wasn't able to get on the end of that one. But that's better. That running behind from Courtney Perkins, a lot better from the Sky Blues. But yeah, both teams still working their way into this match. And neither team's been able to break the deadlock. Both teams have had their chances. I don't see it to be one-sided at all, but I do think, the goals, hopefully the goals for a neutral point of view, will come into the second half because we want to see goals in this match, and that's what I predicted heading into the match as well, that we would see goals. Is that long throw-in almost finding May? And it's an Auckland throw somehow, much to the frustration of Ufuk Talay. Now it's Auckland's turn, but Sydney doing well. A few bodies on the ground, but Sakai now with space, out wide. The cross, hangs it up. Found its way to De Vries, inside. Estrada crosses in. Oh, that's done very, very well there to get in behind Courtney Perkins. Just couldn't find the back of the net there from Rogerson. Doing well to get in behind Sydney FC's defence there. Great cross as well. Let's get up this. So, still 0-0 in this contest. Half an hour into the match. 15 to go until halftime. But yeah, still 0-0. Both defences not letting anything pass them in these early stages of the match, as Jake Holman's down with the trainer getting his left leg strapped up. So Holman, who's been he's been on the end of a lot of bad challenges this game. As Coast Watch Football asks, just feels like a matter of time before the goal comes. Auckland looking more likely at this stage. Yeah, both teams, I think. The goal is brewing. The goal is brewing. For which side, I'm not too sure. I think both teams can show their attacking brilliance. We've seen it when Sydney FC break. We got Anas Wahim. Leo Senna went close earlier on as well. But like you said, a goal is coming. I'm just not sure for which side at this stage, but beautiful sight to see the Port. There, plenty of them. plenty of them. With all the new kit as well, which I really like. I really like it. So Steve Corica's side definitely have the support behind them in this match. Andrew Redmayne getting ready to take the goal kick now. Dan Hall as well, a player I haven't mentioned as of yet. Dan Hall and DeVries, Sakai, they've got a pretty strong backline, Auckland. So that's why maybe my decision will change. My prediction was 1-1 at the start of the match. However, I think both defences, when you look at them on paper, Auckland conceded no goals against Brisbane Roar and scored 2. And then with Sydney FC, they obviously found the back of the net twice against Western Sydney Wanderers as well. So both defences, both attack. I think overall it's shaping up to be a really tricky contest. And we've got an injury now to Joe Lolly. Joe Lolly's down. As I get to this question, Maradona 10. Good to see the sun in Auckland, not like windy Wellington. Yeah, I mean, Wellington did have a sunny game last week against Western United. It's good kick-off time, though, I feel. And we see Auckland fans again. They are loving it. I don't know who's watching the broadcast, but they are absolutely going mental in their active support. But, yeah, good to see the sun out in Auckland for such a good clash as well. Joe Lolly looks like he'll return to the field. New Zealand is yellow. See you next week. So they're actually just advertising next week's Kiwi Derby. Like you mentioned, Yellow and Navy Football Podcast. Who do you think will win the Kiwi Derby? It's just come up on the broadcast, 4:00 next Saturday at Sky Stadium. So what an intriguing match that'll be. Stay tuned. I'll send my predictions to my socials next week for not only that clash, but all the action in round 3 of the A-League men next week. As Saka goes down. A lot of players falling to the ground in this match. Such a physical contest early on in this one. Guys, make sure to send in any questions as well you have regarding A-League, whether it's this weekend's action, looking forward, anything you have. Send it through the chat as we continue to keep an eye on this match. That's a strong defensive header from Popovic. And now, Waheem can break. Kamala in behind. Sonny's not favoured foot, and it goes out for a corner. Would have been a different story if he was a left-footed, tried to take a shot with his left. Joe Lawley back on the field. It's a decent chance for Sydney FC. It's out for a corner now. It will be Anis Waheem to take. And is that Lolly going down again? Joe Lolly's down. And it looks like it will be a 4 substitution here. Yeah, Joe Lolly's going to leave the field. Much to the disappointment of the Sky Blues because he has shown really positive signs. And we know what Lolly's capable of, but he's obviously no longer able to continue. Huge frustration here if he is to go off. I think he will. I think he will go off. And it looks to be a groin. Oh, that's not good for Sydney FC fans. Joe Lolly leaving the pitch in the first half of this match. It's not impressed by it either. And like we said, we would have had someone like a Max Burgess to come on and replace Joe Lolly in this match. But it will be Patrick Wood. Patrick Wood enters the match for Joe Lolly. Now, interesting to see how Sydney FC set up now. So we'll keep an eye on that. as Sydney resumed to take this corner, but Joe Lolly out. And it's Waheem to take. Plenty of movement in the box. The ball comes in, headed away by Dan Hall. Ryan Grant back out there to retreat, but he misses it. And this is where Auckland are dangerous. And it's well defended by Sydney, who scrambled back. And now they can. Patrick Wood with his first touch of the match in the corner, in front of the port. And it's cleared for a throw-in. I was going to say. Did not need to put that out for a corner, but it's a throw-in here for Sydney FC. So we'll keep an eye on how Sydney's set up. Now with Patrick Wood entering the game. As that pass from Waheem. Looking for Courtney Perkins out on the left. As Sakai now. Is that a foul on him? No, it's not. Courtney Perkins does well to get back. Now Sydney can hold the ball here and look for a breakthrough. So it does look like two strikers. Obviously, Courtney Perkins and Ryan Grant are two very overlapping fullbacks as well. So no Lolly and Costa, but definitely some speed and very good crossing-wise as well from both those defenders. As Holman goes to the ground now. Another set piece for Sydney here. Polson barking orders at his defence to make sure they are ready for this in-swinger. It will be taken by Waheem. It goes deep, headed away. Patrick Wood on the end of it now. Holman out to Wood. Wood looking to beat his man. And is that a foul? No foul. So Auckland clear it now. But Sydney go back to Redmayne and reset again. And now they've worked their way up the pitch well here. Oh, they haven't played the advantage. They've gone back for the foul on Ryan Grant. But really well played out from the back there from Sydney FC. As a foul is committed by Howson. And we're seeing those Auckland fans again just loving it and waiting for that goal to come. As Senna gets out of that situation well. Hayden Matthews out to Popovic. The long ball doesn't find Ryan Grant, who's got to work back defensively here. It's well done by Corey Holman in that situation. As we have a look at that hill again, that slide that Auckland sort of have. As the flick on is quite nice by May. It's not a foul, though. Steve Corica up and about, as per expected, for a fiery clash like this one. But either side still failing to find the back of the net. Oh, and the shot on the volley. Way over the top for me. Way over the top. And then Redmayne can reset now. Didn't catch that one as lightly as he probably would have thought. And Sydney now playing out from the back. They've done it well so far. Long through Matthews. Patrick Wood's chest finds the feet of Auckland, who regain possession, and they're out wide now. Matthews does well, and Sydney once again play out quite well. Still struggling to fully get out. This is beautiful football from the Sky Blues. And yeah, Auckland have won it back again. And they're away down the left through May. Grant goes in for the slide, misses it. The cross. all blocked by Popovic. Sydney FC have had to do a lot of blocking this match. A few crucial blocks. Another Auckland corner. Let's check up the stats for this game because I'm really keen to see what the possession is sort of looking like as we wait for this corner to be taken. So the corner comes in, front stick cleared, De Vries, little chip back to Sakai, gets up well, free header, and Redmayne finally collects. In safe arms as Sydney played out right through Courtney Perkins. Is there a way to see the stat? Okay, so Sydney FC with 65% possession, 35 for Auckland. Sydney FC again conceding another corner. So, look, Sydney FC's possession, but Auckland can definitely counter, and they do it quite dangerously, and it's catching Sydney FC out. So, something for Steve Corrick not Steve Corrick, or for Tale to address at halftime. But yeah, another corner for Auckland. Feels like they've had plenty of corners in this one. I think they've had about 4, maybe 4 or 5 now, if I'm right. As the cross comes in, they're going to go short. Back to De Vries, who's stuck here. And Holman does well. And that's the Sydney FC throwing. So, 4 minutes until stoppage time here in Auckland versus Sydney FC. Again, it's probably just how we expected it early on. So, very interested to see what occurs in the second half because we won goals. We won goals as neutral, so obviously maybe changes at the break for either side. Stay tuned at halftime as well. We will review this weekend's action so far, go through all the games that have been played. We'll go through Friday night and yesterday's action. Obviously, yesterday we had a triple header. The main game being the 7:30 clash between Melbourne Victory and Melbourne City, which Victory got the advantage and quite comfortably as well. That first half, very impressive. 3 goals to the good at the break. And look, they had their moments in the second half to grab a fourth. There's Auckland now through Sakai. The little inside ball can't find May. And it's headed back to Paulson, who claims quite comfortably. But, yeah, interested to see what changes are made at the break as Courtney Perkins does well to win the ball back. And he is alleged to foul. As Dan Hall now. So, 0-0 still. Guys, if you're not familiar with Nui Jets football, here's the socials where you can find me below. Make sure to check me out. Give me a subscribe if you want. But yeah, you can find me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. We've got really exciting videos coming up. So keep an eye on the channel. Keep an eye on the socials, more importantly, like the Instagram where I post all my updates. And yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and like. As we look back, Patrick Wood's shot goes way over the bar. I think it just sums up the first half. Both teams with chances, just not able to find the breakthrough as of yet. But yeah, make sure to find me on the following socials. YouTube is where I post a lot of content. So we've got some exciting videos coming, especially with the A-League season well and truly underway. As dispossessed by Waheem, and the pace is utilised out wide for Auckland, but Matthews clears. It was offside. Offside again. All that and just offside. So pace out wide for both sides. But yeah, I think it just sums up the way the first half has gone. I mean, neither side are able to really test either keeper out, but it does feel like there is a goal coming. It's just whoever can capitalise. And that has to be a foul on Holman, and it is. So, Sydney, 3 minutes at added time here. Could we see a goal before the break? I think either team are capable. I mean, both teams have had their chances in this match. And Waheem will take this one. Looking to go short. Holds that thought for a minute as he will put it long into the box. And it's took a deflection off an Auckland head. Falls out to Holman, who hits the volley. Tell you what, that was going with some speed, that strike from Holman. That was that was flying. You could tell Holman really wanted that shot as well. I think it was Patrick Wood who was going to have the initial attempt and left it for Holman. Just unable to get the right contact on that strike. Thank you to everyone who has tuned in as well so far. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me. This is the first watch-along we've done in about 2 years, so definitely looking to do more of them as the season progresses. But, yeah, thank you for joining me today. We'll dive into the action that we've seen so far this round at halftime, so stay around for that. And then we hope to see goals in the second half. I mean, no goals as of yet. Let's see if the second half, maybe the game could open up as Auckland utilise their speed. Maybe I'm wrong. If they can get a cross in, Ryan Grant again slides, misses it. Is a chance goal on a great recovery from Grant. Great recovery from Grant, but Auckland have got a corner, and this could well be one of their final chances of this half. So can they get on the scoreboard? But again, that pace out wide for Auckland. And if he puts in an early cross, I mean, Rogerson was waiting for it, but the attack is stopped. And it's a corner in Auckland's favour. Really well defended there from Ryan Grant. Didn't dive in, didn't rush, and gets the block. It's out for a corner. De Vries. Hall in the box, looking for it. Then Hall does go down. It's another corner for Auckland. And could this be the moment where Auckland do take the lead right before the break? Andrew Redmayne assuring his defence that will not happen. Just making sure they are all switched on. But we're into the 3rd minute of stoppage time. It's the final corner. Goes well to the back stick. Sakai's header. Out of play. And that should pretty much well do us for the first half. And the ref does blow it now. So, 0-0 at the halftime break here. And tell you what, both sides heading into the sheds with a bit of frustration because I think Sakai here as well is frustrated with that headed attempt. But I think Auckland have utilised their pace really, really well out wide. And like you said, it's an entertaining game, Lockie. Both sides having chances. And look, can the goals come in the second half? But despite that, we know we have a game on our hands in the second half. But let's go into the action that we've already experienced in this round. So it all started on Friday night with the Jets upsetting Macarthur Bulls. I know, Lockie, you went down to that one. But for those who may be watching at home, obviously for a neutral, we're expecting Macarthur to pick up all 3 points here. And as a Jets fan, I know Rob Stanton has sort of said that, the Jets are going to be competitive in matches this year. It's just when we do take the lead, can we hold on to it? And when we do go behind, can we find a way back in? Because I think that with Newcastle, they don't give up. And we know on plenty of occasions last year that we were ahead in games and we conceded a goal very late on in the match. And almost occurred again because Macarthur were awarded a penalty in the late stages of the match. But brilliant from Ryan Scott. I mean, I was not expecting Ryan Scott to say that, but he's done really well, and it's a valuable 3 points for the Jets at Macarthur. So let's take a look at that game and all the rest of the action from this round so far.
MacArthur. Lovely finish by Marin Jakalic again, who now has 3 for the season, which equals his entire seasonal tally with Melbourne City. It's Eli Adams. It's a great goal for the equaliser for the Newcastle Jets. Looking for the quick release too, and it's a handy one for Ben Gibson. He's not got a lot of support. It's arriving now. Eli Adams, full of confidence, going to go again. Oh, it's a wonderful strike. 2 goals in.
Stabs it back post, Clough, and it's Kaltak at the last moment. Jovanovic, and it's across the line. It eventually gets there. Edmondson and Delinov only as far
What I say.
as Ngor, who has equalised.
Too much about that, but Nishan Baloo plays away and opens the scoring. Quickly got back alongside him, but Piscopo still goes on. And here's a chance, Vagos, 2-0. Patrick Beach has to hurry. It's got in. Everything going Melbourne victory's way. Now they do have a 3rd goal, and it's Ryan Tees.
Hideki Ishige drifts it towards Wootton. Wellington do take the lead, and it is just a 3rd A-League. To Chatham, drive. He takes the meters on offer as the Glory defence backtracks. Now Nagasawa, a late run, and 2 for the Phoenix. Tim Payne came from deep.
Yeah, I mean, the Melbourne derby obviously headlined last night's action, but as well for the Phoenix, I think they have picked up a valuable 3 points on the road. We know that Perth obviously suffered a heavy defeat in their first round match away to MacArthur, but I think they still had a job to do away at HBF Park, and they've done it quite convincingly. And regarding the Mariners at a late match, I mean, for me, I think it was the most exciting game, 1-1. But I think I was expecting probably maybe more goals in this match, especially with both teams' attack. I think we saw Luka Jovanovic as well get on the score sheet, so that's good for him. Obviously, he's Adelaide preferred starting number 9 this year, with the absence of, Nestori Irankunda, Hiroshi Masuki. So it's good for him to get a goal in round 1, and hopefully for his sake, he can build on that. But for the Mariners, I mean, a slow start for them. And there's been a lot of talk about where are the goals going to come for Central Coast this year. But I think the way they reacted into the second half was incredible. And former Jet Lucas Moragas looked really, really good. Getting down that left wing, he has so much stamina, so much energy. And, a well-deserved goal in the second half of the Mariners. So I think overall a fair result. Probably not what I was expecting, but I think Mariners will be happy to take a point at Cooper Stadium, which is, again, a tricky place to go. Coastwatch Football says Melbourne derby was crazy. Victory looked incredible. Yeah, they did. I was sort of expecting them to come out of the blocks firing. I think just because, that's Patrick Kisnorbo's side. I mean, he always has them up from the start. And even in the second half, when the very first whistle blew for the start of the second half, Victory still showed that intensity. I know Melbourne City worked their way into the game, but I still feel like the Victory showed good signs in the second half, even though they couldn't add a 4th. But, very good for the Victory. If they're playing like that each game, who knows what they could do. So, positive for the Victory. But for Sydney FC, I mean, they're heading into the break at 0-0. And for Auckland, I think they'd be quite happy with how the first half's going. Although, as we're seeing on the highlights here, like they've had some chances. They've had some chances. If it wasn't for some crucial blocks from Sydney FC, I think Auckland may be in front in this match, or definitely creating more clear-cut chances than they have. The possession, 61 to Sydney FC, 39 to Auckland. 12 shots at goal for Auckland, 6 to Sydney FC. Passing accuracy, shots on target, 1 apiece. So that pretty much sums it up. 12 shots to 6, but only 1 shot on target for each side. So if they can create more chances, shots on goal, I'm sure the goals will come as quickly as possible, and that's what we want to see. We want to see goals in this match, and we also want to see a 1-1 draw, because that is my prediction for this match. as you can see here. We did a really good round yesterday. I mean, three perfect tips, not only with the prediction, but also the correct score as well. So Auckland 1, Sydney 1 is my prediction. And for the later game today, I've got the Wanderers away from home, winning at Western United, but that'll be a tricky game for Wanderers. I'm hearing there's going to be a positive crowd there for Western United, so they'll love that home support. As we see the slide there at Auckland Stadium, kids are loving it. Great crowd, and I'm sure for Auckland's sake, they are looking forward to a very entertaining second half there at Go Media Stadium. Let's chuck up the stats if we can. Marcus is in the chat. Welcome, Marcus. Says, come on, Sydney. Yeah, I mean, Joe Lolly off early. I think it's a groin. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's a groin injury. So, yeah, interested to see what the halftime team talk is like for Ufuk Talay as we close in on the second half. I think we've got about 5 more minutes until the players will return. Maybe even shorter, to be honest. But, yeah, what do you make of no Lolly, no Costa now for this second half? I mean, where are the goals going to come from? Is it Kamala or maybe someone like Anis Wahib, Anthony Caceres? They've still got players in that team. But I think the big thing will be for Sydney FC in the second half will be defence, because Auckland have shown their pace in behind as well. We should take a look at next week's fixtures. If I can get that up on the screen, I'll get that up as quickly as I can. But send in any questions you have, guys, whether it's A-League, Australian football, send it into the chat and keep me entertained while we wait for the second half to resume. Make sure, for those who are listening now, to tune into Coast Watch Football tonight. He'll be doing a round recap of all this weekend's action. We've had plenty of goals compared to last weekend, where we had a couple of draws last weekend, but definitely the goals are flowing, especially in yesterday's action. But no goals here at Go Media Stadium, so hopefully that can change soon. Marcus says, where do you think the Jets will finish in the league? I think you could finish as high as 8th. Yeah, I think it's down to consistency. It's tough because as a Jets fan, we haven't been in the finals for a very long time, and I'm really happy with what we're building. I mean, Rob Stanton has made the message clear that we're happy to be underdogs. We're happy to go into games not being, the favourite side to win. And yes, we showed that on a Friday night, but I think there's tricky games coming up for us. I think we've got the Mariners in the night round, Auckland away, and Western Sydney Wanderers away. So it's tricky. It's good early signs. Where I think they'll finish, don't know if I can give a good prediction, but I like your prediction of 8th. I think we're a team that won't finish in the bottom 3. I'm hoping, anyways. But we'll see how we go because, Rob Stanton said, "Don't doubt us." We're here to prove everyone wrong. As 9B8. Somebody, Kim says Sydney FC. I'm guessing you're a Sydney FC supporter. Coast Watch Football says still sticking with your 1-1 prediction for this game. Yeah, I think so. I think if we can see one goal, I hope the floodgates can open. Because obviously, as neutrals, not supporting of either side, we hope for goals. We want goals. And I think, as we mentioned earlier, 12 shots for Auckland, 6 for Sydney, but only 1 on target for either side. So I'm sure that's a message that's being reiterated in both teams' halftime talk as we wait for both teams to come out for the second half. We should probably get up next week's fixtures. But before that, just take a look down the bottom for all of you guys, for both teams' lineups. Interested to see what changes in the second half. So next week we've got Newcastle Jets with the bye, so no football for the Jets. But we've got Brisbane Roar, Sydney FC, then the distance derby, the Mariners at home to Perth, and then to round out Saturday we've got Wanderers in Adelaide. That should be a good game. Wanderers in Adelaide. Victory and Macarthur at Amy Park. And then Monday night, 4th of November, we've got Western United at home to Melbourne City. Interesting kickoff time there, 7 o'clock on a Monday night. But both teams, or Auckland, are already out on the field. So we wait for Sydney FC to enter the arena. Round 3 of the A-League men next week. It's gone fast already. But try get that. Brisbane City. November the 5th is my birthday. Little ad break here. And we're back. The fans are back. Everyone's ready. Some more A-League action. Guys, make sure if you're not already to be following my socials. We've got a lot of content planned, so hope to see you guys along for it all. Really exciting ideas. Let me know if you have any content ideas that you want me or want to see me start to produce. New ideas, always open to that. So send it through in the comments and let me know what you're thinking. But yeah, Sydney FC without Joe Lolly for this second half. Still got goals in them, don't get me wrong, but big absence for them in the second half, I feel. As we had just got breaking news that One Matter is starting. One Matter is starting for Western Sydney Wanderers in their clash against Western United. We'll get to those lineups in a sec. Get to those lineups because that is huge. Yeah, it's huge. Good to see One Matter starting. I was actually quite, I guess, confused as to why he wasn't starting last week. But maybe it's because of the physicality, the Sydney derby. Bring him on when it wasn't 1-1. And yeah, when he did come on, Sydney FC scored straight away. So not the dream debut start for One Matter, but I thought he showed positive glimpses. So as we look towards the second half, Auckland to get us underway. Maradona 10 asked, will you be doing another preview with Macca being Daniel McBreen? Could do. He did pretty well in the predictions against me. But yeah, we'll see. Definitely looking to get some guests on for some prediction show. But yeah, another injury now. Klaimala, and the ball's gone out. Will he get back to his feet? Slowly does. Okay, nothing too serious there. For the Poland, I believe, attacker, who got on the score sheet, got the winning goal last week as well. So, yeah, curious to see how he goes this season. I've said it before, he reminds me of Mark Yanko, where everyone's predicting him to get 15 plus, 10 plus goals this season. So, I mean, for Sydney fans, what do you think of Klaimala so far? I mean, showed positive signs and he's got good players around him. So I definitely think he'll be a dangerous striker this season. A few have even tipped him to be a Golden Boot winner as well. So see what happens there. As Auckland straight onto the front foot in this second half. The cross comes in. That should be too far and it's out. But Rogerson He's looked very good in this first half. Very good. Is Hayden Matthews back to Andrew Redmayne, who goes long from the start. No surprise, we haven't been the better team. Not surprised we haven't been the better team. So much travel and plenty more to come. That's something I haven't touched on, but I'm glad you brought it up, Marcus, because, yeah, I mean, midweek game can take a lot out of you, and the travel as well. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, they had to do a hell of a lot of traveling and catch, like, different flights to get from Japan, I think it was Hiroshima, all the way to Auckland, which is must be some travel. So, yeah, a lot of travel for Sydney FC, and Douglas Costa as well, out with hamstring tightness. So it's a busy schedule for Fuktale's men. And I thought they actually competed really well. Tokyo and Hong Kong. Yeah, okay. LA Fly, what do you think the final result will be between Sydney and Auckland? 1-1. I'm still sticking with 1-1. Had to think about that one, but it'd be good if it was 1-1 because I would be up to 4 out of 5 for my predictions, which I'll put on the screen now. But yeah, still sticking with 1-1. Yeah. Tokyo and Hong Kong. So the next game, Western Sydney Wanderers against Western United. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Little internet issue. Let me know if you can hear me. Well, I'm not sure what happened there. No idea. But I'm very sorry for what just happened. No idea. Let me know if you guys can hear me, because, yeah, that was not pleasant. Some little internet issue. but we'll set back up. Still haven't had a goal scored in this match. But yeah. We'll try get it back up through the computer, but at the moment the internet is not looking good through the computer. But it's corner to Auckland, despite all that. And Redbone punches quite convincingly. Just catching up on all these comments. Yeah, all good now. Okay. Yeah, little issue on the computer there. We'll try get the stream back up on the computer. Yeah, I hope it doesn't happen again. But yeah, not too sure what happened there. But I'll get it back up now. Just give me 2 secs. Okay, there we go. We're back. Sorry about that. I have to review that one and see what happened there because it just totally disconnected. Still neither side scored yet, as well. So yeah, hopefully that issue doesn't happen again. Yeah. But Auckland probably started the better of the two teams in the second half. As Dom enters the chat, Dom, thank you for joining. Let's go. Nui Jets Watchalong. Yeah, it's been a while. It's Auckland now into the box. Ooh, quite an opportunity. Sydney failed to clear. Cross comes in. That's another corner for Auckland. So they've definitely started this second half stronger. Dom, Nui Jets Watchalong. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time since we've done a watch-along. And yeah, hopefully, I don't know if you're just here, Dom, but hopefully no more internet issues because cut out for about 5 minutes there. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, Dom. If you haven't seen Dom's content, go check him out. Dom's War Chat on YouTube, any socials. There's a cross, go through everyone from Auckland. Guys, let me know what content you want to see. You can find my socials below, down the bottom there. I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of the above, or sorry, below socials. But on this match, I mean, Auckland have started the better of the two sides in the second half, and the chance falls. Oh, it's off the post, and Redmayne regathers, and that doesn't look like it was offside. So that was some chance for Auckland. As Dom says, Auckland looking good here at the moment. They are, and their fans are loving it, which is really good to see. Not sure who it was who had the attempted shot. It was a great ball. Great ball in behind. Oh, just off the post. And the Auckland crowd thought that one was hitting the back of the net. But like you said, Dom, they're looking very good. Looking very good indeed. There's an injury here to Anas Waheem. Not sure what sort of context, but he has gone down injured. And like you mentioned earlier, Marcus, with all the travel, not loving this. Yeah, I mean, Auckland are on top. Auckland are on top so far. Taylor entered the chat. Hey, Taylor. Who was it? The shot or the injury? Or because the injury was to Enes Waheen, but he's back on his feet. He's still playing. Caceres does well to switch a play out wide. Oh, it's hit the back of Kamala's head. It falls. Segicic. Yeah, the shot. Don't know who the shot was to, actually. I think it was Howison, but I'm not too sure. And that's got to be a foul on Courtney Perkins. Yep. No complaints about that one from May. Clearly into the back there. Yeah. So Auckland have had the better of the chances in the second half, and I think this is where the game opens up. Beautiful stuff here down the left. The attack broken up momentumly. Centre driving. Finds Courtney Perkins a pass. It's too hit. Hit too hard there. So frustrating that because Sydney are looking promising. Thank you to everyone who was tuned in as well. Sydney now. Caceres looking for a runner. Finds Waheen. He goes for the nutmeg. And Auckland are able to clear. No. Ryan Grant cuts that pass off. Really good football here. Still ends up with the ball. Perkins out wide. 1-on-1 with Sakai. Gets cross in. So over to the back stick. That could be a penalty shout. We'll have a look at it. But Auckland are breaking fast now. And the speed of... Oh, it's great. Great tackle by Hayden Matthews. Because it was looking quite dangerous on the break there. Great tackle from Hayden Matthews. But Redmayne is blowing up about the fact that there was not even a check for a penalty up the other end. I mean, they've got to have a look at it, surely. There is a bit of shirt grabbing there from De Vries on Klamila. Looks like it's to be waved away at this stage. Obviously, next game coming up with the Western Sydney Wanderers taking on Western United to round out round 2. Another round of the A-League's done. So let's get into the lineups for this game. Starting off with this is the closest I can get to watching what's going on. Yeah, thank you for joining in, Aaron. So it's pretty even. I mean, the first half, not much going there. I think there was one shot on target for either side. So it sums it up. But second half's been a bit more open. Both teams creating some chances. And I think there is a goal brewing as Caceres now. No free kick there given. And Auckland can break, but that pass is too hit. And Redmayne will claim. I think there's a goal coming. Definitely think there's a goal coming for either side. For a neutral, we don't want to see a nil or draw. We want to see goals. And I think we're not far away from seeing it because it's quite end-to-end now. We're seeing both teams throwing long balls, getting in behind. So let's hope we can get a goal soon. Dead set penalty. Didn't even have a look. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be at least a look. It's Auckland now. Can he keep that one in? Rogerson screaming for it in the middle. Doesn't get it. It falls and the touch is too big. But this game is quite well and truly opening up. It's now Sydney's turn. Segicic. Waheen has to be dragged down. Plays on. Oh, the nutmeg is brilliant. And the ref will go back for the free kick. But very end-to-end, eh? Yeah. Surely they're going to have a look at that one. I mean, I know it's gone now, but in the future, thought that was a clear and obvious penalty from what I was seeing. So let's head to the next game now. Western Sydney Wanderers taking on Western United. Let's start with the home side, Western United. Just check their lineup out at home today. Picked up a point on the road last week. But in terms of their lineup today, so Sutton starts in goals. Russell, Imai, Leonard, Shamu, Thurgate, Pasquale, Denzaki, Grimaldi, Ibasuki, Laval. It's a very, very bit of a change in the back line for Western United. But where are they got, Ibasuki last week couldn't get his name on the score sheet. It was Angus Thurgate. I mean, I know they got a point last week, but where do you see them finishing this year? I mean, they've got to. It's been a long time for Western fans since we've seen them compete and challenge for the top six. I think it's been since 2022 since they won the grand final. Last year wasn't their best. It wasn't their best at all. So I think this is a season they're going to want to make count. If they will, I'm not too sure. Don't think they've got the players. As now as defensive mistake is capitalised on. But yeah, heading back to that lineup, Thurgate, Pasquale, Denzaki, there's players in there. There's definitely players in there for them. But a team that I can't wait to watch, especially following last week. They were unlucky, had their moments, but overall Sydney dominated. But for the away side, Western Sydney Wanderers, I mean, one matter. The big news is he starts in this match. He will start as Waheem goes down. But Juan Mata does start in this match. Bit of a, pretty similar to last week. I mean, Clare keeps his spot at the back line with Jong, Bonatig, Clisby. I thought Jong looked really good last week as well. The new Japanese central defender, Juan Mata starts. Borello's captaining the side today. Anderson, those options on the bench. I mean, Anderson, Holiday, Shikluna, Beedling. I think Hammond's on the bench as well for Western Sydney. So that game's coming up straight after this one. 4 o'clock, Paramount Plus. Make sure to tune into that one to round out round 2 A-League action. 4 o'clock. Make sure to tune into that one as well. Still searching for a goal in this one, though. It's taking a while for either team to break the deadlock, but we're just over the hour mark now. So I think it's been an improved second half in terms of chances created. As we see Jake Brimmer and Randall make their introduction to this game. So Steve Corrick has gone to his bench, so we'll fix that up in the lineup. Don't know who they're replacing, so it looks like Rogerson. So Randall onto the field. Could these be the changes that are required for Auckland? I mean, they need to find a goal out of somewhere. So still 0-0 in this match. So Rogerson and Howson departing the field, but Auckland straight away, that pass is overhit. Unfortunately. So no Lolly and Holman as well for Sydney FC. So I have to fix that one up as well. Adrian Segicic. And Patrick Wood. Sydney are still capable of finding the opener. As we take a look at Sydney FC's updated lineup. A couple of changes for them. In terms of the home side, they've also gone to their bench 2 times in the second half. Jake Brimmer, what impact will he have on this match? I'm keen to see what he can show. Jesse Randall, I mean, an interesting young product. He enters the pitch here, and that's got to be a foul. Yeah. Free kick on halfway for Auckland as we take a look at their updated lineup. But yeah, Segacic has looked lively since coming on for Sydney FC. Guys, if you're just joining me, I'll also show you my predictions from this round. Done pretty well so far. Done pretty well. Done pretty well. I mean, what do you guys think? Rave says it's getting messy. Yeah, the match is certainly blowing out now. Tackles are flying in. It's just a matter of which side can capitalise and find the back of the net. But you're definitely right. Challenges are going in. And Auckland have a free kick outside the box. Luffy Zero, thank you for joining me, Luffy. A-League like this should not be seen. The players are actors. The match score is according to the market. There are goals and there are no goals. It's all in their hands. Yeah, I think some of the decisions in this match especially have been 50-50s. I mean, players are going down when it should be given. I mean, let's just go back to that penalty from earlier. Maradona 10, I think you mentioned it. Dead set penalty, didn't even have a look. I mean, they've got to at least have a look because it seemed like a clear shirt holding for me. But obviously, referee didn't think so. But yeah, you're definitely spot on. The match score is according to the market. 9B SV says Sydney 1-0 possible. Possibly. But we've got 20 minutes to go. Hopefully there's no internet issues for those who were here earlier. Sorry about that for everyone who's been here, coming in and out of the stream. Thank you very much for joining me. Try not to have that internet issue again. But Jake Brimmer looks to be standing over this free kick. He will, the way he's shaping up, looks like he's going to have a go here in the way the wall is set up. So Brimmer outside the box, it's well hit, but not causing any damage to Andrew Redmayne's goal. But yeah, game is opening up. A couple of substitutions for both teams, as we've seen. A few options still on the bench for either side. Meditades, Kaczarski, Joel King for Sydney. Got likes of Tommy Smith, Matt Matter, Callum Elliott as well. Could be a player we could see introduced by Steve Corica. There's definitely options for either side as Auckland spring forward now. It's out to May, one-on-one with Senna. He's been incredible, Leo Senna. And now he's long ball, looking for Paddy Wood. It's covered out by Dan Hall, but the header doesn't find Pawson. Pawson still does well. And they've got a throw. Dan Hall and Alex Pawson, almost a bit of a mix-up there, but they've survived. And Sakai will proceed to take the throw-in. How did you design your logo? I actually got it done by someone else. Big shout out to Ryan Littlejohns, a Newcastle Jets supporter. Yeah, I needed, Sydney, it's a corner. Definitely needed a new logo, I think, for those who have been here since the start. I think the logo was a bit too basic, so yeah, decided to change it up. And yeah, really appreciate Ryan for doing that for me. And yeah, it's good. Like I like the logo, so it's good. Sydney with a corner. 70th minute mark. This is where the game. Oh, it's gone to the front stick. Falls out now. Oh, I think it was Leo Senna. Tried to have a hit there. But do we see this game resulting in a 0-0 draw? I mean, that's the way it's looking like it's heading. Steve Corica urging his team to push forward, try and get this winner. Sydney. Yes, my prediction. That's the way it's heading. That's the way it's looking so far. As a long ball now, finds Waheem. 1-on-1 with Sakai. And both players are gone to ground, but the referee has deemed Waheem to be fouled. And the free kick goes to Sydney FC in a very dangerous position. Could we see the first goal of the match here? It's a good position for someone like Anthony Caceres, Leo Senna, to get on the end of this, swing the ball in, and looking for maybe a Popovic or a Matthews as the two central defenders come forward now to be a part of this free kick for Sydney. Looks like Waheem will take. Ryan Grant loitering around at the back stick. If they can find him as well, or will he look to sort of throw it near Alex Paulson? We'll soon find out. There's a bit of push and shove in the box, but here we go. Waheem, front stick. The ball's still up in the air for someone. Sakai heads away well, and he's rewarded a free kick, I think, for a challenge in the box. So Auckland survive again. They've done their defensive duties well today, Auckland. Dan Hall, De Vries, and Sakai. As we see, going up for that header. Just a little bump there on the shoulder. So, free kick to Auckland. Just approaching the final minutes of these games. I mean, 15 minutes left. And still no goals. Leo Senna to Matthews. Now to Waheem. Nearly went in for a... Oh, Waheem's played over the top now. Uses his body well into the box. And well defended. Well defended there. Could we see a late winner in this match? Don't like my chances of my 1-1 draw. We have to see a goal to either side now. As Sydney spring forward, Segacic, Caceres. This is beautiful from the Sky Blues. Caceres is barged out the way though. And Sakai can clear it forward. But a bit of a shirt grab there, so a free kick. He's been terrific as well, Sakai. Really crucial part of this Auckland team. He's earned his side a free kick here. Guys, make sure if you're doing nothing tonight to tune in to Coast Watch Football. He'll be doing a round recap of this weekend's action, discussing every game this weekend. We've had an upset on Friday night with the Jets and beating MacArthur. So not only that, the Melbourne Derby, plenty to dive into round 2. It's been an enjoyable season so far. Auckland look to come forward. It's been an enjoyable season so far. Hopefully more exciting times to come for the A-League with your night round approaching. And the first distance derby next week, which we touched on earlier here in the chat. De Vries. Oh. Throw in now. Auckland recycle through Dan Hall, whose pass, Paulson playing right out of his box here, and it's gone straight out in front of Steve Corica's bench. And I don't think Steve Corica was quite pleased by that because Sydney FC have taken the throw in early. Waheem now. Difficult situation up against defender. Oh, he's won the ball back. Dan Hall clears for Auckland. 1-on-1 duel. May. Strengthened out by Popovic. And Sydney will reset through Redmayne. He pumps it long now, looking for Courtney Perkins, who has a free header. Patrick Wood chasing after it, and it's cleared by Dan Hall. So, we're approaching the end of this match, and still no goal between two really good sides. I mean, defensively, both sides have been strong. They're not letting anything past them. And I think the scoreline is a reflection of that. So let's see what these final few minutes have to offer in this match at Go Media Stadium. Strong crowd, like we were expecting today from the Auckland faithful. So from their point of view, they'd love to see a match-winning goal in the final few stages of this match. Guys, make sure you read what I've put down below. If you have any questions regarding the A-League, send them through in the chat, and I will answer them as we near the end of this match. So send them through. Any predictions, any thoughts you have regarding the A-League, let me know, as May now gives it away. Segacic, is he fouled? Yes. And this is a dangerous free kick. This is very dangerous. I would have loved to see Joe Lolly on the park right now to line up to take this. Very, very good. Marcus asked, when did you start following the A-League? For me, it was 18 to 19. Yeah, good question. I think it was around 5 or 6. Obviously, being born in Newcastle, so the Jets were obviously the team for me. And I remember the early days. Yeah, so 5, 6, somewhere around that sort of age, is when I started watching the league. And obviously, as I've grown older, I've become more in love with it, and started this channel. So, yeah. Thank you to everyone who has tuned in as well so far. Could we see a goal in this watch-along? Haven't had a goal yet. Waheem steps up to take this free kick as Dan Hall barks orders to his defence to make sure that nothing is conceded here. It looks like Waheem will go for the shot. Will it be Caceres? Marcus says, we'll get back to that because Waheem hit the wall. The shot and the follow-up. It's cleared, comes out. Segacic, flick over the top. Courtney Perkins, Kamala. Plenty of sky blues there. Oh, and that's a bump from Paulson. And could that be deemed a yellow card? Alex Paulson. Few afters, few words shared between Kamala and Paulson. The referee, a lot of, like you referred to earlier, Rave, it's getting messy. There's a lot of players going down, a lot of back and forth conversations. Marcus says, I meant season. I started following the A-League in about, Alex Paulson. Cannot do that. I started following about 2015, 16, somewhere around that sort of mark. As both teams now have a drinks break as we enter the final 10 minutes. And this is a chance for both coaches to get their word across and prepare their team for the final few minutes of this match. As we know, guys, the Auckland Derby, first one ever, is next Saturday, 4 p.m. at Sky Stadium. Really interested to get to watch this game. Auckland, as it stands, a win and a draw to start their campaign against a Wellington side who have also had a win and draw to start their campaign. So really intrigued to catch next weekend's game. It'll be definitely a game to keep an eye on. Luffy says, if they don't intend to score a goal, if they get a penalty, the goalkeeper only knows which position the penalty person is kicking. But can we get a goal? I mean, we've been crying out for it this whole stream. And it's definitely been opportunities. Just neither side able to break the deadlock, I guess. But to everyone here, thank you for joining me for this watch-along. It's my first one in a while, so I appreciate everyone who's joined. Let me know if you want to see more watch-alongs across the season, and if you have any other content ideas, feel free to chuck them in the chat for me to answer before we end this stream at the end of this match. And that's a great tackle by Dan Hall in the corner as Sydney looked to spring forward. For those keeping an eye on the next game, we've had a massive news with Juan Mata starting. Juan Mata is starting his first ever A-League men match, and if he's onside, Courtney Perkins is in. The shot is saved by Paulson, and no, wasn't offside, so it's a corner. It's a crucial save from Paulson. Wow, nearly the game's first goal there, and it's taken 80 minutes. Courtney Perkins there. Great ball from Waheem, and he was onside. Was onside there. But yeah, Juan Mata starts for 4 o'clock kickoff Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Marcus says vlog. Yeah, definitely interested to get some vlogs going. We've done a couple on the channel before, like Central Coast Mariners away against Newcastle Jets. I think I've done one for Sydney Derby before. You can check those out on the channel, so make sure to subscribe. And the corner, mixed up in the box, the ball is just floating around. Who will it end to? Comes out to Waheem. He's Sydney FC has scored. Hayden Matthews, I think, got the final touch. And Sydney, 82nd minute, and they take the lead in Auckland. Wow. Alex Paulson is disgusted. It's off the post and into the back of the net. And Sydney FC finally take the lead in this game. 1-0. I know you'll be happy by that, Marcus. It's been a back and forth game. But Sydney did take the lead. Reedy Weedy says, who do you support in the A-League? Support the Newcastle Jets. Great win on Friday night. But Sydney FC fans in the chat here, yes, undeserved, but we'll take it, and nice. Yeah. I mean, it looks like I'll have to watch a replay again. Oh, it's only just crept in off the post, but Sydney don't mind. They'll take it. And you can see by their celebrations that they are ecstatic with that goal. And it was Hayden Matthews, by the looks of it, who's got the final touch. Wow. Now, there's two ways this game can go. My score prediction can either get up, and it will be 1-1. For those who have just tuned in, my score predictions for this round, take a look at them. I've got 3 right so far. So needing Auckland to get back on the score sheet to level things here. But for Sydney, I mean, wow. No Costa, no Lolly. They've taken the lead. Not a crash hot goal, but like we mentioned. And there is actually a lengthy VAR check here. Kickoff has not resumed. So I don't know what they're checking, but this is interesting because this delay's gone on for ages now. And we still haven't had kickoff here in Auckland. Not sure what the delay is about. Maybe it's an offside. Not too sure what we're checking here. Steve Corica heading to the official referee, and the check is still going on. I've got no idea what we're checking for here. Got no idea what is happening. Auckland fans, they're into it. They're hoping the goal is disallowed. But Sean Evans, I mean, he is still not resumed play. And Ufa Tale is asking the question about what is happening here. And tell you what, might even have to turn up the commentary for this. Because from what I'm seeing, this goal could be disallowed. Here we go, Sean Evans. And, well, Kamala is in an offside position, but what impact does he have on the play? It's no goal. Oh, it's no goal. Oh, awful Tale. I've seen him angrier, I will admit. He's not as angry as I probably thought, but he's having words with the official. And for Auckland, I mean, wow. They're going crazy. And this sets up a really interesting final few minutes now. Oh, wow. No goal. We'll have to talk about that one post-match because Kamala obviously in offside position, but I think Hayden Matthews got the final touch. So Sean Evans gives no goal. So we resume play here in Auckland. Reedy Weedy says, come on, Auckland FC. Well, they're going to take a huge confidence boost for that, and they need to like, spring forward, try and get a goal, because I think Sydney will be keen now to make up for that goal and go get another one. But Auckland are coming forward now. The crowd is loving it, and Redmayne claims. We are in for an absolutely blockbuster final few minutes. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in so far. We are not done yet. 87th minute, 0-0. Luffy says, it's been said that league is not true goal, but there is a way to cancel it. Yeah. I mean, seems the case. Especially a lot last year. Oh, it's beautiful football here from Sydney. Segicic. Yeah, I mean, there's always a way to cancel it. They're always double checking at the VAR. But Auckland now, springing forward. Out wide, the cross. All the way to the back stick. 1-on-1. Ryan Grant here. The cross should be cleared by Courtney Perkins. It is. And Waheen now. Back to Courtney Perkins. And Perkins clears. So, Klamala now. He's won the duel, but that can't be a foul. It is. It's a foul. So, what a final finale we are in for here at Go Media Stadium. And a sub here for Auckland. Mata is coming on. Not one Mata. And for Sydney, Joel King. Joel King is on for Sydney FC. I just have to see who he's coming on for. So, May comes off for Mata. May is off for Mata. And King will come on for... Oh, and Kaczarski. So, yeah, okay. Kaczarski will come on. So there's Auckland's lineup. It's a bit of confusion about who's coming off here. So Joel King has entered the pitch. So Courtney Perkins, left back. We know that Sydney FC had Joe Lolly had to depart the field early, so that's had a huge impact on the way Ufotele has operated his team there onwards. But we're about to enter stoppage time. Still 0-0. Thought we had a goal. Unfortunately, wasn't to be. But, Joel King's on for Courtney Perkins. And I think Kaczarski's on as well. Okay, great. Kaczarski is on for Segicic. So Senna's still there because Senna does brilliantly there. If Segicic is onside, there's a chance brewing, and it's a corner. Is he onside? Yep. Corner for Sydney FC. Corner for Sydney FC. Reedy says, who do you support in the EPL? Liverpool, as probably shown behind me. Big game in the morning against Arsenal. So drop your predictions in the comments below because that's huge for the title race. Huge match for Liverpool. Arnie Slot has had, a dream start so far. Can that continue in the morning as Sydney then not on from, King. Still not cleared by Auckland. And there is deemed to be an offside in there somewhere. So 7 minutes added on due to half of it's going to be due to that goal review check by Hayden Matthews. But 7 minutes for either team to find the back of the net. Liverpool, best English club. Yeah, definitely. 100%. Hopefully we can win some silverware this year. Especially the Premier League. Ooh. It's Auckland's turn now. On the front foot. Out wide is De Vries. Looks to get across in the left foot. It goes to the front stick. The header. Redmayne. Comfortably saves. And sends his team forward. Out to King. Kacharski now. Can't get on me that. All right, so we're at 6 minutes to go, and we're at 0-0. Kacharski does well. Segicic can't get through those two Auckland defenders, and Auckland have a throw. And they've taken the throw early, and it's hit Alexander Popovic's back. Not what he was intending. Not what he was intending at all. So, as it looks, it's a stalemate in Auckland. I mean, I predicted a draw. Didn't really predict 0-0. Went for a 1-1 draw in this one. But still plenty of time for either side to get a late winner. And for those who are just tuning in, thank you very much for joining me for this live watch-along. We've had a lot of fun. No goals, but overall an entertaining match with very end-to-end. So thank you, and stay tuned because we've got plenty more content coming. So keep an eye out on the channel for all those videos that are coming. It's Leo centre, dragged to ground. And Sydney now. The long ball from Popovic. Over the top to Kacharski. He is onside. Dan Hall does brilliantly. Aaron William enters the chat. Hello, Aaron. What's the score? It's 0-0. 0-0 here at Go Media Stadium. 4 minutes to go. Sydney FC in about the 85th minute had a goal chalked off. Hayden Matthews scored that one. However, Sean Evans, after a VAR check, gave it no goal. So both teams now searching for a winner. But yeah, 0-0. I'll get the score back up down the bottom of the screen. Both coaches now edging their team on, giving it everything they've got in these final few minutes. We know Sydney FC have had to do plenty of travel. Aaron says, how are you, Sydney FC? Redmayne now in trouble. If they can get a quick throw, Redmayne's out of his goal, but I think he'll get back to his goal safely. And Auckland, they're down Sydney FC's end. They've got a chance here to and Sakai says, let's go long. So, the throw into the box. Not many numbers in the box for Auckland. A lot of people behind the ball for Sydney FC. As the long throw comes in. It's a big throw. Oh, it's bouncing around. Falls into the freeze. Sydney finally get it away. And the ball back from Brimmer finds. This is a chance for Auckland. Oh, he's cut inside. And he's shoved outside by Ryan Grant. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. Oh, will we see a goal? Will we see a goal? Be sure to send in some questions before we end this stream. Happy to answer any of them that you have. So set them through in the chat. Get them in before full time. And yeah, make sure if you're not already, find my socials. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. You can find me on all of those socials. So make sure to like and subscribe. As Matthews has to clear it into that huge contingent of Auckland fans. And now, 2 minutes left. Is that a handball? It is. And Auckland players are appealing. I don't know if it's for a second yellow or a deliberate handball. Auckland players are arguing about something, but this free kick could well and truly be the final chance of this match. I mean, we're 1 minute left, and Auckland have got the better of the chance. So, I mean, hopefully for their sake, they can find a goal here. They've got to commit numbers forward. They've got to find their defensive, strong players who can get on the end of this. Jake Brimmer standing over it. Wouldn't it be scenes if Auckland were to get a winner here after Sydney FC's goal was just chalked off? But here we go. This is it for Auckland. I mean, won't be much action after this free kick. And Brimmer's ball. It is Brimmer to take. The ball comes in. It's in. It's in. Oh my God. So, will we have a VAR check? I'm not sure because Sydney FC players are arguing, but there's absolutely scenes in Auckland because Auckland are ahead. And although Sydney FC players will continue to argue, wow. Oh, wow. We do have a goal in this match. Well, we do so far. There will be a check, but Auckland have found the winner at home, and there's still the argues are going around. But Sydney FC, oh. And I was looking at the free kick again. I mean, it's not cleared well by Sydney FC. I think it's hit the back of Alexander Popovic, and the back heel has just gone through Redmayne and over the line. Have another look at it. Someone does fall to ground, so it could be I think it's Popovic. Yeah, Popovic does go to ground, but I don't think there's any contact there. And through the legs of Andrew Redmayne. So this should be a goal. Should be a goal. Reedy Weedy says yes. Exciting times for Auckland, man. I mean, this is incredible. 2-0 win 1 week, and then they welcome Sydney FC to Go Media Stadium, and they've just got back-to-back wins. Wow. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And we'll have to change the graphic, which I actually haven't done, because Auckland are ahead. And that should be nearly it here at Go Media Stadium. Wow. I mean, we called all game for a goal, and I've had to wait till the 98th minute to get one. But interested to see how much time's added on now. I mean, Sydney are chucking it forward. They're committing numbers forward, but all eyes are on Sean Evans. And it's a free kick to Sydney just over halfway. So they've got to knock it long here. Got to knock it long. I went to AFC debut. You talking about the first home game? This is it for Sydney. I mean, they've got to throw it forward. But wow, absolute scenes. So Leo Seddon will knock it forward. We're nearly in the 100th minute here at Go Media Stadium. It's a good ball. It falls to Caceres, but Auckland clear. And their fans are absolutely loving it. That tackle could be worthy of it. That's full time. Wow. Auckland. Look, there's much debate about Sydney FC's goal. Let me know your thoughts on Sydney FC's goal, but we have just witnessed Auckland pick up another win. 2 from 2 now. And, well, for those who have been here since the start, you guys know that my predictions for this round was going good. Yesterday, obviously, I got 3 right, but today's result, I mean, wow. It took until the second half for both teams to really string into action. And we saw a disallowed goal from Sydney FC late on in the match, but Auckland, man, I mean, the party is starting. The party is starting in Auckland. Wow. They're going to be tough, a tough place to travel. We knew that from last week, that any team that goes there, it's going to be tough. And credit to their fans. They've turned out in numbers. They've helped them across the line. And Steve Corica does get the last laugh against Sydney FC. Andrew Redmayne, not looking too happy with that one. But wow, full time here at Go Media Stadium. Not just a loss for Sydney FC as well, but also, what's it scored? No Joe Lolly. I'm interested to see how long that injury is extended for and how long he's out for. Reedy says, thank you for live streaming this game. Thank you very much for tuning in. We've got heaps more coming, so stay tuned to the channel. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. Rave, Aaron, Maradona 10, everyone else who tuned in. Appreciate everyone for joining me. Crazy game. And if you want to see more of these watch-alongs, let me know. But it's Auckland who round out their second win of the season. The next game is just about to get underway between Western Sydney Wanderers and Western United. So make sure to keep an eye on that game. And for those who are just about to leave, before I let you go, make sure to tune in to Coast Watch Football tonight, doing a round 2 recap, diving into all the action from this round. Tune into him and enjoy this last game that we've got coming up. It's live now on Paramount Plus. Western United at home to Western Sydney Wanderers. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in. We've got heaps of stuff coming. And thank you very much for joining me. Stay tuned. And talk soon.